Good afternoon, everyone. We are the Group 11 and we are assigned to discuss Nola J. Pender's biography, health promotion model, major concepts and assumptions, theoretical propositions, and its conclusion together with my co-members, Jaya Salut, Gia Sabadista, Ana Marie Shoka, and truly yours, Rena Rosemary C. Sanchez. Biography. Pender was born on August 16, 1941 in Lansing, Michigan, United States. Her first encounter with the nursing profession was when she was 7 years old and she witnessed the care given by nurses to her hospitalized aunt. This situation led her to the desire to care for other people, and her goal was to help people care for themselves. With her parents' support, Nola Pender entered the School of Nursing at West Suburban Hospital in Oak Park, Illinois, and received her nursing diploma in 1962. In 1965, she received her master's degree in human growth and development from the same university. She moved to Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois, to obtain a PhD in psychology and education in 1969. She is an author and professor emerita of nursing at University of Michigan and a nursing theorist who developed the health promotion model in 1982. She has been designated as a living legend of the American Academy of Nursing. She was also a member of Research America's Board of Directors from 1991 to 1993 and a member of the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force from 1998 to 2002. She was awarded as an honorary doctorate of science degree in 1992 from Widener University and received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Midwest Nursing Research Society in 2005. Pender was an Associate Dean for Research at the University of Michigan School of Nursing from 1990 to 2001, and a co-founder of the Midwest Nursing Research Society. She has received as a trustee of its foundation since 2009. She is also a professor emerita in the Division of Health Promotion and Risk Reduction at the University of Michigan School of Nursing and serves as a distinguished professor at Loyola University Chicago School of Nursing. Nola Pender as a theorist. She believed that preventive health measures and describes nurses' critical function in helping patients prevent illnesses by self-care and bold alternatives. This means that one of the roles of nurses is to help patients learn to care for themselves and make healthy choices. By participating in their own self-care, patients can prevent illnesses and diseases and help ensure they have a better overall health. One of the nursing theory that helps patients prevent illnesses through the behavior of choices is the health promotion model.
Hello everyone, my name is Jaya Salot and I'm going to report about the health promotion model and the conceptual framework by Nola Pender. The health promotion model was developed by nursing theorist Nola Pender, has provided healthcare a new path. It is defined as a positive dynamic state, not merely the absence of disease. So the health promotion model of nursing is number 1, focused on healthcare. Number 2, the multidimensional nature of persons as they interact within their environment to pursue health. Number 3, the way to assess the patient and their willingness and readiness to make life changes in order to achieve optimal health. According to Pender, health promotion and disease prevention should focus on healthcare to increase a patient's well-being and achieve ideal health. When health promotion and prevention fail to anticipate predicaments and problems, care in illness become the subsequent priority. The health promotion model describes the multidimensional nature of persons as they interact within their environment to pursue health. HPM is the way to assess the patients and their willingness and readiness to make life changes in order to achieve optimal health. Conceptual framework. So as you can see, this is Nola Pender's health promotion model. It is based on assisting people in achieving higher levels of satisfaction. It also promotes health practitioners to provide positive services to patients in order to assist them in making specific behavioral changes. It is also a process of empowering people to make healthy lifestyle choices and motivating them to become better self-managers. So the main concepts of HPM, or the health promotion model, it is divided into three categories. They are the individual characteristics and experiences, the behavior-specific cognition and affect, and the behavioral outcomes. So the concepts that the nurses needs to assess are prior-related behavior. The prior-related behavior is the best predictor of behavior. Next is personal factors that shape the target of the behavior. It could be biological, psychological, and sociocultural factors. The other assessment that target of the nurses are perceived benefit of action, perceived barriers to action, perceived self-efficacy, activity-related effect, interpersonal influences, and the situational influences. The two other concepts of HPM are the immediate demands and preferences, which are the obstacles that intrude consciousness, hindering a plan of health-promoting behavior. Next is the commitment to a plan of action. It is the intention and identification of plan strategy, or planning the steps needed to reach a specific goal, and that will lead to health-promoting behavior. So the goal of Nola Pender's health promotion model is to help practitioners assist patients to improve their lifestyle or to improve their health in life. You will know what these concepts are in the next reporters. So features. Based on the idea that human beings are rational and will seek their advantage in health. So humans are rational, that will help them learn new things such as seeking their advantage in health. Like for example, if they know what is good or bad for them. So if it's good for them, then they will pick that thing because they know that it is good for their health. Next is function. To show the individual as determining, but as determined by personal history and general personal characteristics. So the function of it is to be able to determine their personal history and what are their personal characteristics. Effects. Puts the onus of healthcare reform on the person, not on the profession. Means that the healthcare should be improved to a person, not just on the profession. Consideration. A healthy lifestyle is the ultimate antidote to rising healthcare costs, since a rational population is a healthy one, which would naturally drive down healthcare costs. So if the rational population is healthy, then the cost of healthcare will decrease. And the last is the significance. Health is up to the person. Medical professions serve a secondary role to the basic rational choice of healthy living. So it means that it depends on the person if they choose to be healthy or not. Medical profession is just a secondary role that will help you on living healthy.
A pleasant afternoon, everyone. My name is Ana Marie Di Choco, and I am the one assigned to discuss about the major concepts and the behavioral specific cognitions and effects of Nola J. Pender. Major concepts. The major concepts of the health promotion model are individual characteristics and experiences, prior behavior, and the frequency of the similar behavior in the past, direct and indirect effects on the likelihood of engaging in health-promoting behaviors. Personal factors. These are categorized as biological, psychological, and sociocultural factors. These are predictive of a given behavior and are shaped by the nature of the target behavior being considered. Personal biological factors. Variables such as age, gender, body mass, and pubertal status, aerobic capacity, strength, agility, or balance. For personal psychological factors, variables such as self-esteem, self-motivation, personal competence, perceived health, status, and definition of health. And for the last one, personal sociocultural factors. Variables such as race, ethnicity, acculturation, education, and socioeconomic status. Behavioral specific cognition and affect. Behavioral specific cognitions and affect, perceived benefits of actions, perceived barriers to action, perceived self-efficacy, activity-related effect, interpersonal influences, and situational influences. These are variables that are modifiable through nursing actions and considered of major motivational significance. Perceived benefits of actions, anticipated positive outcomes that will occur from health behavior. Perceived barriers to action, anticipated, imagined, or real blocks and personal costs of understanding a given behavior. Perceived self-efficacy, judgment of personal capability to organize and execute a health-promoting behavior, influences perceived barriers to action. Activity-related effect, subjective positive or negative feeling that occur before, during, and following behavior based on the stimulus or properties of the behavior itself, influences perceived self-efficacy, which means the more positive the subjective feeling, the greater its efficacy. In turn, increased feelings of efficacy can generate a further positive effect. Interpersonal influences, cognition concerning behaviors, beliefs, or attitudes of others. Interpersonal influences include norms or expectations of significant others, social support or instrumental in emotional encouragement, and modeling or vicarious learning through observing others engage in a particular behavior. Primary sources of interpersonal influences are families, peers, and healthcare providers. And for the last one, situational influences. Personal perceptions and cognitions of any given situation or context can facilitate or impede behavior, include perceptions of options available, demand characteristics, and aesthetic features of the environment in which given health promoting is proposed to take place. Situational influences may have direct or indirect influences on health behavior. And for the next topic, may I call on Ms. Gia Sabadisto to discuss. Thank you.
And good afternoon, this is Gia Sabadisto and I will be going to discuss about the immediate antecedents of behavior and behavior outcomes, commitment to a plan of action, immediate competing demands and preferences, health promoting behavior, major assumptions in health promotion model, theoretical propositions, and also the conclusions. Immediate antecedents of behavior and behavior outcomes. Behavioral event is initiated by a commitment to action unless there is a competing them and that cannot be avoided or a competing preference that cannot be resisted. Commitment to a plan of action. The concept of intention and identification of a planned strategy leads to the implementation of health behavior. Immediate competing demands and preferences. Competing demands are alternative behaviors over which individuals have no control because there are environmental contingencies. Competing preferences or alternative behaviors over which individuals exert relatively high control. Health promoting behavior. It is an endpoint or action outcome that is directed toward attaining positive health outcomes such as optimal well-being, personal fulfillment, and productive living. So,
we have the major assumptions of health promotion model by Nola Pender. The assumption reflect the behavioral science perspective and emphasize the active role of the patient for managing health behaviors by modifying the environmental context. So, we have the first one, where the individuals seek to actively regulate their own behavior. It means that if the person is trying to say, not man is trying to say that each has unique characteristic and has the ability to regulate their own behavior. And for the second one is the individuals in all the biopsychosocial complexity and being transformed over time. So this means that the more the individual is exposed in an environment, whether it's safe or not, he or she continues to grow inevitably, and that's where learning starts. And for the third one is health professionals constitute a part of the interpersonal environment which exerts influence on persons throughout their lifespan. This means that healthcare providers also plays an important role in building an interpersonal environment which can influence the patient's behavior. And for the last one is the self-initiated reconfiguration of person-environment interactive patterns is essential to behavioral change. Changes is always constant, so human being has his or her own choice and changing her environment for better health outcomes. Theoretical proposition. First one is behavior and characteristic influence beliefs, effect and enactment of health promoting behavior. The second one is people commit to engage in behaviors from which they anticipate deriving personally valued benefits. The third one is barriers can constrain commitment to action. Next is competence to execute a given behavior increases the likelihood of commitment to action and actual performance of the behavior. And for the fifth one is greater perceived self-efficacy results in fewer barriers to a specific health behavior. Next is positive effect toward a behavior results in greater perceived self-efficacy. And when positive emotions are associated with a behavior, the probability of commitment and action is increased. Next is people are more likely to commit health-promoting behaviors when others model the behavior expected to occur and provide support to enable it. And families, peers, and healthcare providers are important sources of interpersonal influence that can increase or decrease commitment of health-promoting behavior. Next is situational influences in the external environment can increase or decrease commitment to or participation in health-promoting behavior.
The greater the commitment to a specific plan of action, the more likely health promoting behaviors are to be maintained over time. Next is commitment to a plan of action is less likely to result in the desired behavior when competing demands over which persons have little control require immediate attention. And next is commitment to a plan of action is less likely to result in the desired behavior when other actions are more attractive and thus preferred over the target behavior. And the last one is people can modify cognition's affect interpersonal influences and situational influences to create incentives for health promoting behavior. So those are the theoretical proposition of the health promotion model. To sum it all, I have an example dividing under past behavior and tradition with the past behavior, cultural traditions and family tradition can impact a person's ability to engage in health promoting behavior. For example, not eating fresh fruits and vegetables because she grew up not eating fresh produce. So people will pledge to participate in behavior that they believe will produce anticipated health outcomes. So obvious and not so barrier can hinder a person's promise to act in a specific behavior with confidence and encouragement. Confidence in one's ability to perform a specific behavior increases the chances of continuous participation of such behavior. And people believes about their capabilities to perform specific behavior can result in a lesser amount of perceived barrier to such behavior. And when a person receives positive encouragement concerning a behavior, they are more likely to feel confident in their abilities, thus resulting in health promoting behavior and in turn increase positive reassurance. So if the person has a good support system that will encourage herself to or himself to have a health promoting behavior, for example, the encouragement coming from his or her family, if that person has a good foundation in terms of the support system, then he or she may acquire a good health promoting behavior. So, and also a positive in reinforcement also plays a vital role in achieving the health promoting behavior. So for the conclusions, Nola Pender stated that the goal of nursing care is to assist patients in achieving optimal health and well-being, that the health promotion model is to assist nurses in understanding the major determinant of health behaviors as a basis of behavioral counseling to promote a healthy lifestyle.
So, due to its focus on health promotion and disease prevention, its relevance to nursing actions given to ill individuals is obscure. But then again, these characteristics of her model also gives the concepts its uniqueness. Pender's principle paved a new way of viewing nursing care. But then, one should also be reminded that nursing's curative aspect cannot be detached from our practice. Also, community healthcare setting is the best avenue in promoting health and preventing illnesses. Using Pender's health promotion model, community programs may be focused on activities that can improve people's well-being. Health promotion and disease prevention can more easily be carried out in the community than programs that aim to cure disease conditions. To fully adhere to a health promoting behavior, he or she needs to shell out financial resources. This limits the application of Pender's model. An individual who economically or financially unstable might have a lesser commitment to the planning of action, decreasing the ideal outcome of health promoting behavior even if the individual has the necessary will to complete it. Although not stated in the model, for example, in the intensive care unit, the health promotion model may still be applied in one way or another. This is projected towards improving health conditions and prevent further debilitating conditions. Diet modifications and performing passive and active range of motion exercises are examples of its application.